Alright boys, everybody has bad games. Especially in today's meta, a sweep can happen with one simple misplay. Sometimes you can just go up against somebody that you are not prepared to face. That is what I want to share with you guys today. One of my first ever draft games against Hiker Toad. Before we get into that though, did you know that only about half of the viewers that watch my videos are subscribed? It's really an easy mistake to fix. All you gotta do is scroll down and hit that subscribe button. No harm done at all. So yeah, for those of you that do not know, Hiker Toad is an extremely good battler who was still a very good battler back in 2018. This game happened for the GBA fan tournament back in 2018, and it was your typical tour. It was just pools into bracket. I had already clinched at this point, going 3-0 in my pool, and Hiker has done the same up to this point. I believe it was something like that. We were undefeated going against each other, if I remember correctly. So overall, the stakes were pretty low, but I had a very bad draft. I had things like Tapu Bulu again for some reason. I kept drafting this guy. And then I tried to change things up and go in a semi-stall direction with things like Mega Sableye and Gliscor. I have no idea what I was doing. Overall, a horrible team. And I, as a brand new player, was going up against one of the biggest noob killers ever, Suicune. Not only that, but Hiker had one of the best teams I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't know how he got this. Koko, Mega Mawile, Z Garchomp, and Tornadus Therian all on the same team, all round 1 picks in 8-mon probably. I just don't understand. So all that is to say, the odds were not in my favor for this game, man. This was brutal. The game started with a muck lead into the Suicune, and I knocked into his Z Garchomp. Hiker made a great scout going Suicune as I reveal Ice Punch, and then I started to get Subtoxic stalled. Muck, Salamence, Mega Sableye, it really didn't matter what I threw out. It wasn't enough to break through. I did show some signs of having a brain though when I sent out Bulu in an obvious sub turn and was able to break the sub before getting frozen. Now, did this matter in the grand scheme of things? Probably not. I probably would have still gotten demolished and even probably still 6-0'd at this point. But it was extremely demoralizing to lose any potential of what I thought was winning the game. And also break any semblance of a Pokemon that could even touch Suicune in the slightest, man. I don't know what kind of team I built. To keep a long replay short, and this was a long one actually, man, I threw around a bunch of Pokemon, and between Mega Mawile, Z, Swords Dance Garchomp, and Tapu Koko, I just did not have the tools necessary to win this game. And ultimately, I lost and had my first ever 6-0. Not a great showing, and to this day, still what I consider to be my worst game ever in Draft League. Not only did I want to show you guys this replay because I thought it was interesting, but it also sparked some sort of a discussion in my mind. This is one of the first and last tournaments that I ever participated in. Hiker himself was pretty nice, but the chat, especially to my 16-year-old mind, was extremely toxic. And honestly, it influenced how I played draft moving forward. Not only in this draft chat, but I've still heard the name Charizard 306 Jr. mentioned in the shadows in the last couple of years. I've had people recognize the name and go, "Oh, that's you? How do you know that?" Again, keep in mind, this was early in my draft career. I was a kid. I was 16 at this time. And again, a disclaimer that I have no idea how the community is now, but during this time, I felt like the draft community, specifically the Showdown community, was extremely unwelcoming to new players. Looking back at the chat now, I can just brush this off and say these guys were just being annoying. But back then, this stuff obviously really got to me. So after this, I really steered clear of any tournaments or non-friend leagues. And my reasoning was because at the end of the day, this is a game. We're playing a game. The most fun part to me about Pokemon is the people that I play with, and I didn't really want to surround myself with people like this. And even looking back, I don't think I made the wrong decision. I don't know how to say all this stuff without someone being like, "Oh, you're a dweeb." I think mental health is important, and this wasn't good for my mental health during this time, so I removed myself, and I think that that was a very good thing that I did. So why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this not to shit on the Showdown community, because I have no idea how it is now, is because this influenced how I ran my draft leagues, and more specifically, how my league that is going to be running very soon, starting next week, we will have applications opening for a tournament. JJDL is very welcoming to new players. So if you are looking for a Showdown league and you want to join one that is welcoming to new players and is happy to have you, man, I highly recommend the league that me and my admins and my mods are running. Be on the lookout for that announcement on that tournament on Sunday. I hope I didn't hurt anybody's feelings here, man, but those were my thoughts as a 16-year-old me, that I thought the community was very bad, so I steered clear of it. Now I don't know. With all that being said though, what do you think your worst draft league game is? Let me know down below. Was it a 6-0? Was it just something where you made a crazy misplay? Honestly, it does not get much worse than this, so I'm very curious to see what your worst game of all time is. With all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. And for now, guys, this has been John Jr. signing off.